If you have 9 cards on a row and you consume one that's a Deathwish and summons to the row, it actually comes now, which is nice. Also, by the way, we're at a casual 100 points here, so he's going to have to use his leader charge and ability, which is exactly what we wanted this whole time. Today we're playing some Deathwish Control. It was the most voted deck to do next on the poll I put up. Let's take a look at what we're doing. So, Urn of Shadows, trigger Deathwish, and if we take a look at the high end here, we have Haunt, obviously, for the Deathwish synergies, Order Mercy to find our Haunt, Heatwave, because there's a lot of stuff right now that's popular that you just need Heatwave for, or else you kind of get destroyed, so we have that for that. Mushy Truffle, I went back to the Mushy Truffle killing all Harpies. It was a lot of fun last season, and I thought it'd work out pretty well again. I found that I didn't need as many consume cards, which we'll take a look at here, so that's what we're going with. It's good value, and the carryover is nice. We got Detlef Higher Vampire and the new Arrakis Queen. So what you want to do with Arrakis Queen is, I went less heavy on control. There's still a good amount of control in the deck. I went less heavy on it, just because there's a whole bunch of decks out there right now that aren't very vulnerable to it. So I was running into tons of point slam stuff. So that's why we're not playing as much control as previously, just because of what the meta is. But this is still a pretty good control deck. Take a look here. So Arrakis Queen, you want to consume your Detlef Higher Vampire. And then you want to Abaya the Arrakis Queen to get another Detlef Higher Vampire. And you kill the Arrakis Queen, consume it with a leader charge or something. And you have 3 Detlef Higher Vampires, and that's tons and tons of points. That's the idea here. It's basically a replacement for the Caranthier option. You'd Caranthier Detlef before, but this gives you more points. But the opponent has more interaction, right? So unless you trigger the Death Wish of your Arrakis Queen right away, they could Heatwave it, which you want to avoid. But it gives more points overall than the Caranthier does, so we're going to play that. We got Maruna to steal stuff, as always. Kayrin. I added in Kayrin as a last say here, just because there's a lot of tall removal. Like Heatwave's basically in every deck. It's even in our deck, as I said. So, Kayrin's a nice finisher, and you can consume 3 things at once. Potentially those 3 Detlefs you made. Toad Prince for control, really good. Abaya can trigger any of your Death Wishes. The best one's probably going to be your Arrakis Queen. You don't always have that combo, though, so play out whatever gets you good value. Cheeky predatory dive, because people don't expect it, and sometimes when they just leader a tactical advantage something, you can get a nice kill there and just kill it going second. And then the other nice thing about it is you can use it pretty much anytime, because it's your lowest unit will almost certainly be Deathwish, and if it isn't, you can get a rat from the Haunt, the Night Wraith. We got the 2 Harpies I said, the good value Deathwish cards, the Rot Fiends, the Harpies. 1 Foglet. Foglet is not one that... Foglet's pretty good. You could play it instead of a Warrior if you want. I just only felt like running 1 Foglet. And then we have the 2 Marilorns. Again, you can swap this for a Foglet if you want. You could also play Bridge Troll, but I think Bridge Troll is a little better with Weavess Incantation. And then the 2 Archospores for the Thinning and Draco Warrior. You can play a second one of these if you want. You can swap these 4s around. And then 2 Desert Banshees. I like having the Engine and the Consume. So the reason we're not playing, by the way... The only big thing we want to talk about here is no Weavess Incantation. This is more of a... We're not all in on Deathwish, right? So we have really good Deathwish values, but we don't have ones that we want to trigger repeatedly. So we're repeatedly triggering Foglet's not great. Repeatedly triggering Archospor's not great. Repeatedly triggering, like, on play of Detlef isn't really do anything. And then we have... Yeah, so it just didn't fit very well in the deck. If you want to, you could swap Mushy Truffle for it, and then maybe go Harpies for Bagrists. That might be good. But for this one, we're playing no Weavess Incantation, just running it this as it is. I played a few versions of the deck. This is the one I had the most success with, so this is the one I'll be sharing. And you can certainly change your own cards as you see fit. Let's find some opponents. Our first opponent today will be Jackpot. So, Jackpot's very popular with the new King of Beggars. Super strong with stuff like Zavala. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what this guy's playing. Well, wouldn't be surprised. I expect that to be what this is. And we'll have to play around that. This is a nice hand. We have our Mushy Truffle. We have our Haunt. That's a good start. We have a lot of Consumes, not a lot of Death Wishes, though. So Haunt won't be really strong. Okay, there's 2. That's not bad. And we can get our Detlef Higher Vampire. So what we want to do with this deck, generally, is use our Bronzes for control. And then go for either... really high point value finisher on Detlef Higher Vampire if we don't get our combo. Or what we want to do in round 3 is we want to consume Detlef Higher Vampire with Arrakis Queen, trigger her Death Wish with Abaya, and then consume her and get 3 Detlef higher vampires for tons of points. Obviously that won't happen all the time, but anytime you can get the Arrakis Queen's ability, it's pretty good. Fun fact, by the way, I believe that if you can use the Arrakis Queen's ability to consume something, and it's later resurrected, so say we consume this Foglet here, we won't do that, but say we consumed this Foglet, we'll just remove this, by the way, we just want to remove stuff here and try and go to the next round. If we consumed this Foglet with our Arrakis Queen, and then it died, for whatever reason, and then we played Witch's Sabbath, and Arrakis Queen came back, she would come back with the death wish of playing Foglet. Pretty weird. Not very intuitive. Not sure why it works that way. The only reason I found this out because someone played Witch's Sabbath on me, and my Arrakis Queen came back, and she died to Kaltullus, and she got brought back to Harpy or something. Really weird. Not sure why it works like that, but in case you didn't know, that's how it works. She keeps the death wish of the card she consumes. So she keeps the death wish, you bring her back, you get the death wish again. It's really hard to actually make that work with anything other than Witch's Sabbath, obviously. We'll pass here. We did exactly what we wanted, by the way, here. We used our bronzes to control him. Once he realized we're controlling him, he left. Now we'll push him with Haunt and try and get out. Ideally, we want to get out his finisher, his Jackpot finisher, because I don't want to deal with that round 3. But yeah, now you know. Arrakis Queen, kind of weird like that. The only way you can't renew her because she's a 10 provisions. You can't Caranthir because she's a 10, and Caranthir spawns anyway. So the only way you can really make use of it is Witch's Sabbath, and she's only a 6. So bringing her back off Witch's Sabbath is kind of hard unless you're specifically doing a deck to do that. And I don't know why you do that. There's better things to make Witch's Sabbath decks on. It's just a weird interaction. So there we have our Desert Banshee. We'll start with this, it'll be pretty good, and then we'll play Haunt. We'll try and get 2 of these Banshees going, just for the value. And we'll try not to show her pushing yet and see what he does. Okay, now that's problematic for several reasons. For one, it means he's not playing Devotion, which means we can't rely on this Haunt for round 3, so I'm just going to throw it down now. If he's not playing Devotion, we can't rely on Haunt, because he might Heat Wave it round 3, and we don't want to rely on that, so we'll open it here. We're going to push with it anyway. And the other reason that's problematic is because he could be playing a Yrden. Yrden's really bad for Deathwish. So, that's something we have to keep in mind. I have no idea why he's playing Northern Wind. No Madoc. I don't know why you would play Madoc in Syndicate anyway. We'll just go Detlef here. We'll consume him once. So, we know he doesn't have a Heat Wave at this point, because he would have Heat Waved our Haunt. We'll consume Detlef here. Next turn we'll Arrakis Queen her, and we could probably actually get the Abaya combo off. It'd be pretty nice if we do. Oh, okay, we might want to prioritize killing that. I'm not going to Heat Wave it though, so we'll just go Arrakis Queen. We don't have another way to deal with it. And like I said, since Haunt lived, I am confident there's no Heat Wave coming, which means that we can just hold off and trigger this Arrakis Queen whenever. It gives us a Detlef. Now, the question is, when do we play Mushy Truffle and Harpy? We'll get another egg, which would be nice, and then we have a Kayrin. So we want to plan out Kayrin's consumes if possible. We want him to consume an egg. Okay. I don't have anything good he wants to take with this, so I'll be fine. It doesn't really matter what he takes. It's just an even point exchange either way. Even 4 coins, or whatever, how many coins he pays, up to 5 for that many points. And he gets the coins back. You could do that too and thin my deck for me. We'll just thank him. Thanks, man. I see what he's going for. It's possible we had the other one in our hand, because it doesn't show you how many with the Scoundrel. It shows you the different cards, if I recall correctly. Haven't played Scoundrel in a little bit. So there we go. We've got this Detlef here with 1 charge left. We want to consume the... I'm trying to think of what we want to consume the Arrakis Queen with. Yeah, his play there made sense. It was just kind of funny that it didn't work out for him. His plan was that I'm probably holding an Arrakis Archospore, so if he kills the one in my deck, I can't get the one out of my hand. It becomes a dead card and kind of hurts this 2-round push, but that's not what ended up happening. It was a risky play by him. Pretty risky. Okay, Sea Jackal's fine. If that's going to be his spender with no bounties, pretty happy because we can heat wave it. So I think we consume here. Let's consume Detlef. And then we'll go with the Mushy Truffle, consume the Arrakis Queen. We could have gone a little bit different order and left a Detlef from this Harpy. Like, consumed Arrakis Queen with this Harpy, had 2 Detlefs, and consumed those both with Kayrin. That might have been another choice we could have gone for. The reason I didn't do that is because I'm kind of concerned about a Yrden here. And I need to count and see how much Yrden's going to be worth. So that's not great for him. Let's go Mushy Truffle. Now we'll consume... So we're only going to lose like 25 points to a Yrden. So I think we'll be okay. Also want to show you guys something here. I'll show you guys something here in a minute. So we're going to have Kayrin consume this Harpy Egg and this Detlef. Then we'll use a leader charge to consume the last Detlef. We didn't have to use a leader charge if we went for the different approach I mentioned earlier. But I'm really concerned about the Yrden. I've tried to count here. So we have 12 on Harpy, plus 12, plus 2. So we lose 26. A Yrden is a 28 on our melee row. 5, and then leader. And then Kayrin range. So Kayrin's going to be 6, plus 6, plus 6, so 18. 20. Okay, I think we're safe from a Yrden even if we do this. Now look at this. And look, they fixed it. So it used to be if you consumed a Deathwish card or killed you ate a Deathwish card and the row was full, it would check for space. See the old card was there, like the egg was still there, and it realized, oh, I can't put a unit there, Harpy won't come out. But now it comes out, so that's nice for Deathwish. That's nice that they fixed that. I'm not sure how long ago that was. I think it was pretty recent though, but yeah. If you have 9 cards on a row and you consume one that's a Deathwish and summons to the row, it actually comes now, which is nice. Also, by the way, we're at a casual 100 points here, so he's going to have to use his leader charge and ability, which is exactly what we wanted this whole time. And Yrden's, what did I say, 26 in the melee row? 27 now. And then range, we have Kayrin, it's got what? 13 plus 6, 27, yeah. Yrden is 27 in either row. I'm just keep counting because we're a little concerned about him here. There's Savola, I'm not sure how you say his name. He's only down by 14, but if his only spender is it gonna be the Sea Jackal because he has the King of Beggars here. But we'll go for it here anyway. We're up a whole bunch of points. And with the heat wave of this Sea Jackal, the spenders are 1-for-1s. The only thing we'll do is we'll hold off on this last leader charge, because if he somehow comes up with these 48 points, I want to be able to trigger a Deathwish round 3. I think we have this. We're just hedging a little bit. Okay, that's getting him there. That's a big play. Now I need 24 more. Excuse me. That's not going to be it. All right, so we just 2-0 this guy. GG. You saw exactly what happens here. The Arrakis Queen, Detlef High Ramper, Abaya combo. What do you want to go for your point slam? Quite nice. Second game here will be against Guerilla Tactics Movement. And hopefully we're going against a not Milva Sharpshooter Madoc no unit deck, because those are really annoying. Although, to be fair, Deathwish has a pretty decent mashup there because you just let them trigger your Deathwishes for you. So like if you look at what we're doing here, I'm going to keep as many Deathwish cards as possible, and then just put back the consumes in case it's a no-unit version. Okay, maybe not. Maybe he's playing an engine-based deck. That's pretty interesting, although it's a fantastic Toad Prince target. That's some real value there from our Toad Prince. Will not say no to that. Sabertooth, okay. Looking a bit more like a no-unit deck here. We'll play this Arrakis Spore. I'm not going to consume this. We're just going to play some Deathwish cards. If he has damage, he has damage. But this might just be an engine deck. We'll determine what he does this turn. Oh. And there she is. Madoc and Milva Sharpshooter. No unit man. Here we go. Okay, so in all fairness, I hate this deck, and this matchup's just really annoying for everybody because you sit there and I kill your stuff. But the nice thing here is that when it kills our stuff, they do things. So potentially not as bad as some matchups, but still will be quite annoying. We just want Last Say with Dettlaff, I think. Last Say with Dettlaff gives us 24. His point slam won't be that high. So as long as we kind of keep his points down round 3, and then we just finish with that, we should be fine. It's just going to be a really annoying game of just we play stuff and then it dies to get there. And there is the commander. We could activate these, but I don't really want to. And we could Drago Warrior these, but then we lose. Like right now, they're kind of preventing him from playing anything, right? His damage cards. So as long as we have these here, he's kind of going to be a little reluctant to actually kill them because he's activating the Death Wishes for us. So we'll just leave a bunch of Death Wish cards here. And hopefully we can Marilorn this Rot Fiend and maybe hit the Saskia commander. That'd be nice. He might just leave Sabretooth to deter me, but I'll click it anyway. Or not click it, I'll Marilorn it. Saboteur, is he going to kill it? So he activates that for us. Nice of him not to kill the Rot Fiend. But technically he gets full value this way. Doesn't lose a point. We could consume. We could also Marilorn. Let's just consume them. Killed that one's nice. The reason we didn't play the Marilorn is I think we're going to pass this next turn. And I'd rather have a Marilorn left over in my hand than an Drago Warrior. There's Madoc. He gets a unit this turn at the end of the turn. And we're down by 21. Don't really think we need to keep playing here. But let's take a look at our deck. What do we have for round 2? Your Haunt should be fine. He's going to play Heatwave. There's definitely a Heatwave in here. But I'd rather have this Marilorn than that Drago Warrior, by the way. Like I said. Why we kept it. Instead of just triggering and then going for it. Because he's going to kill it. Well, he won't. It won't be enough points, is what I'm saying. Okay, this Predatory Dive might not be bad. But I don't want it. Just because it's a really risky card to keep against the no-unit deck. For obvious reasons. He wants to take the long round 3 with us. This gives carryover. He wants the long round 3 with us. I don't mind. It's probably best for him this way, because a short round 3 where we just slam Dettlaff, I think he just straight loses. And we have Haunt for this round. Although I'm pretty sure he's playing a Heatwave. Alright, we got Maruna, that's nice. Marilorn, not so nice. Rot Fiend's pretty good. I don't want this. Don't really want this one either. We drew the Predatory Dive. We'll probably be able to make use of it, though. Like, it's not the ideal card here, but it is a card. I'm like 90% sure this gets Heatwaved right away. Alright, looks like he doesn't have a Heatwave. So, do we go for Abaya and Dettlaff? Or we don't have Abaya. Do we go for the Dettlaff and Arrakis Queen? Okay, there's the Saboteur. What was a little annoying? I mean, it's not annoying. We know it always spawns on the right side, so... We'll consume this. With his unit. If we have stuff that's tall, it's better for us because it takes him... It's more effort for him to kill with Milva Sharpshooter, right? So if we have a 5, he can just move with Guerilla Tactics. Sharpshooter comes out, pew, kills it, and it's dead. We have like a 10. He can't just do that. It stops him from playing his movement damage cards. That being said, we're gonna play some pretty weak stuff now. These have Death Wishes, not bad, so it's not too big a problem. And we'll try and think about what we're going to do with our Onarmancy. Kind of depends on what he does. I want to play this Predatory Dive soon, because it kind of messes this card up, his Double Hana Sentinel. I don't want him having that. The thing is, he's going to keep playing stuff out of range of Maruna as long as it's here, because everything he's going to play is going to move and then get boosted. So I need that to kind of be gone. I don't want to Heat Wave it. This is going to be Cat Witcher, right? I don't see what he'd make other than Cat Witcher. There's the Cat Witcher. Actually, I'll take either of these dying to Predatory Dive. We lose 1 point on a rat. It's not bad at all. And, let's see, we could go Abaya or Karen. The thing is, well, that's a good hit. Either one was good. The thing is here, I'm kind of nervous about going for Detlef with the Arrakis Queen. The reason why is we have a really strong finisher in Detlef double leader charge. But the issue is, well, the thing is we don't have last say, right? So we can't count on last say to make sure he can't interact with it. Let's play this. We can yoink his Madoc and that should annoy him. That's nice. So yeah, we can go for our Detlef with the Arrakis Queen. It's just kind of risky because it puts a lot of stuff on that one card. And we can pull Abaya. But the thing is we don't have enough consumes for it. That's what I'm thinking about right here, right? Because we have 1 consume with the actual Arrakis Queen. 2 leader charges, that gives us 3 consumes. And we have 1 from the Harpy. Total of 4 consumes, right? And if we go for, right now we have, I want to consume the egg. I want to consume Detlef twice. That's 3. That's 3 already. And then we have the Arrakis Queen. That's already 4 things we want to consume with only 4 consumes. So going for the Abaya combo would give us another Detlef, but we wouldn't actually be able to consume them all. So what we're going to do here is not play Abaya for our Onarmancy, which means we can consume this Night Wraith. We'll just play something else for points. Potentially just maybe even just Abaya, or not Abaya, we'll go Harpy, the other Harpy. Okay, well never mind. We lost a consume there. I was saying we could go for the other Kaleno Harpy, eat that egg, and then get another egg. And we still have 3 consumes, and that's how many we need. So, we don't have last say. Maybe we just go for Detlef. What do we have? We have a Abaya or Karen. I don't want to play Karen, because this is exactly the type of deck that plays Scorch or Yurden. We don't want to play into that, so Karen's not a card I want to use right now. It leaves Abaya as a point slam-ish card. I think Kaleno Harpy's the best choice. It gives us an egg. We can use the egg. We don't have to consume the egg. It's worth 8 points. That's more than anything else in our deck would be, considering we don't have consumes. Right, we have 3. Right, we have 3 consumes. We have the... okay. We have to consume from the Arrakis Queen and then Detlef, which is exactly the number we needed. This looks like we're going to win, by the way. We're up by 18. And, yeah, he has the leader. Okay, well now we can't consume that with our Arrakis Queen. That's a little annoying. I don't think she's going to get much value here. We can just consume... There's no way she's going to get value here because we don't have a way to consume her. Because we have these 2 charges for Detlef, and then we have a Heat Wave, but on the other hand, he's not going to get 23 points or 30... Well, it was bad math. He's not going to get 27 points easily here. And he's not playing... If he's playing Gord as his finisher, it's not going to be big enough. And we yoinked his Madoc, so that's minus 3 points right there. And we're up by 20, so this should be a GG. We don't have last say, but the closer to last say we can play Heat Wave, the better, I think. The only way we really lose is if he goes like Yurden. The thing is we have to play around Scorch a little bit. Because if he... There's no way to actually play around Scorch, I'm just thinking about it. But we'll just go with this. I don't think he's playing Scorch though, because if you're playing Scorch, Cat Witcher probably doesn't help you. The reason now I'm kind of concerned, right, is because if he damages our Arrakis Queen, okay, we're fine. Yeah, I'm sure you lost connection. Anyway, yeah, player no unit deck, Milva. Sharpshooter, Madocs, and then just leave your connection off. That's cool. Anyway, what I was concerned about is if he uses a Guerilla Tactics charge to move our Arrakis Queen, his Scorch hits 1, 2, 3, 9, so it's worth 27. That's kind of problematic. That's a lot of points. And then we might lose, but he didn't have it. I wasn't sure he had it. He also doesn't have a Yurden. Usually they don't have them, but this is the type of deck that'll sneak him in. But that'll be it. Or not. He's going to keep sitting here. Now, one thing to note about the deck is it is kind of meta dependent. You don't want to just throw this out there if it's playing heavy point slam decks, but against these heavy control decks, against engines, it's pretty good. Special bonus clip here. This is from one of the games that I recorded but ended up not including in the video because it's not very helpful, and you'll see why in a minute here. Now, take a look at this board for a second. We have a Shillard, which is really weird in and of itself, and we have a Damien, so this is the type of game where you're like, oh, he doesn't have Heatwave because he has Enslave 6, so we should be fine, but yeah, this I didn't include because this game's not helpful. But let's go back in time and take a look at it here. So we're looking okay. I was kind of nervous he had a K here, but he played Damien first. He had a K here. He should have just opened K here, so I don't think he has it. Oh, come on, man. Really? Well, if we play our entire hand, we lose, so that's a GG. Nice one.